Hey, what's up, guys? Doing a video response for SupaFlyFatGuy859. It's been commenting on my videos since I have videos. Been around a long time. Very common name I see all the time, and he's always welcome to comment and stuff. Always been real positive, very supportive of the channel. And I recently saw he has his own videos. I didn't think he made videos, and I recently clicked on his name out of curiosity, and I saw that he had some videos going on. I watched them, I liked them, I subscribed. And he recently tagged me, so I'm making this video. It's a tag video talking about 3 homemade weapons. If you don't have homemade weapons, maybe improvised weapons, maybe just show what your options are for home defense. So I'm going to show you what my options are, but I'm also going to talk mostly about improvised weapons as opposed to homemade weapons. When I was 10 years old, 11 years old, I made lots of homemade weapons, as do most young boys. It's just cool. You grab a stick, you sharpen the tip, and now you got a spear. You know, you make all kinds of weird stuff. Most boys just like that kind of stuff. It's like a coming of age. You know, you just like those things. You like sports. You like this. You start liking girls. It's just an average thing. Most boys like playing with fire at some point. They like sharp things. They like dangerous stuff. It's just what we do. And some people don't grow out of that, like me. I always like fire and dangerous things. But yeah, it's just a boy thing that you do end up doing. But I don't currently have any homemade weapons. Obviously, you guys know I'm a firearm owner. I own multiple firearms, so those are my best options, my most effective options. But I have a lot of options. Before I really get into the meat of the video, right now I'm just kind of nibbling around the plate. I'm at the carrots. I want to mention the shirt because I know you guys are going to ask. If you're new to the channel, I don't live in Florida, and if you don't know, I'm not a Jaguars fan either. I had a very good friend who lives in Florida gave me the shirt, and it's a very comfortable shirt, and it's really nice, and I wear it around the house. I live in Pennsylvania, and I am a huge New York Giants fan. Always will be. Been a Giants fan since I was a little tyke, little guy. And don't give me any crap for it. Don't say the Giants suck. I know they suck. Okay, my entire life I've been watching them screw up. They have a lot of talent. They always had talent. You know, obviously they won the Super Bowl a few times. They are a good team. I'm not going to get into the politics of the Giants in this video. I'm not going to talk about football, but I will say, why can't they play man-to-man? I don't know. It bugs me really bad. They play zone, and they basically let the other team always catch the ball. Why? Why do they do that? They don't wrap up when they tackle. Not going to talk about football. Just saying. Yeah, so if you're wondering about the shirt, it's really comfortable. I like it. Not a Jaguars fan, not hating on them, but Giants through and through. And I've had plenty of painful games watching them, and I've been mad at them quite a few times. So that's what a true fan is. It's not picking a team that wins. When someone wins a Super Bowl, you buy a hat and you think, cool. No, that's not a football fan. A football fan is picking a team, and usually you don't pick a team. It's wherever you live. That's your team. You know, you live in this state. That's the team for that state. Growing up in Jersey, I always felt like they should be the New Jersey Giants. They did practice in Jersey technically for a long time, and New York has their Jets. That's all I'm saying. But this isn't about football. I don't know why I keep talking about football. Frustrating, stupid Giants. But I love them. That's what a fan does. You love them anyway. All right, let's talk about some weapons. Like I said, don't have any homemade weapons here, but I will talk about what my defensive weapons are at the home defense. You guys know I have guns. Here's one of my pistols. It's a 357, little snub nose. Fantastic little home defense gun, in my opinion. I think that when you're talking about home defense, you don't have to go small. You don't have the limitations of carrying it. So I have this because I want it to be more versatile. I do carry this gun as well. That's why I have a shorter barrel. For a home defense gun, honestly, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. People seem to think, I don't know why, but people seem to think because it says a short barrel, it's not accurate. That's completely false. Okay. First of all, in the home, the distance that I'm shooting is not very great. The difference between this tiny little barrel and a 6-inch barrel makes no difference for home defense, in my opinion. Okay. The only real difference, I mean, technically, is that when you have a longer barrel, your velocity of your round coming out of the barrel is much faster, so it does change ballistics slightly. Okay. Your bullet's literally going out faster because it has more room to burn and project out the barrel. But we're not talking about technicalities here. Okay, it's a gun, has a bullet, comes out of the barrel, and takes care of what you need to take care of. I think the differences are minimal, but I like it for versatility. I do carry my handguns as well as have them for home. Besides that, you guys know I have a Glock 36. I also have 2 shotguns, both Mossbergs 500s. This is my shorter one, which I love. Now, all four of these guns, these two 12-gauge shotguns and the two handguns, one's a 45 ACP, the Glock 36, and the other one is a 357 Magnum. All four of these guns are in all four completely different rooms. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but yes, four of my rooms have a gun in it at all times while I'm home. So the idea behind this is that I don't know where I'm going to be if something were to happen. And by the way, this whole video is not about being paranoid. A lot of people would watch this and go, oh my God, this guy's paranoid. He's got guns and weapons in every room. Oh my God. It's not about that. It's about being prepared. I'm not thinking all day long. I'm not holding my shotgun in the corner waiting for someone to break in. You can't live your life like that. However, I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm aware of where the guns are constantly. Another caveat I want to add to this video, which is very important, is that I live alone. I do not have to worry about children running around the house. My guns are easily accessible. I don't have to worry about people coming over without my permission. I don't have any other people in the house, like adults, that may be stupid and play with it. So my situation is much different than other people. If you're a family guy, 3 kids, wife, you can't just have guns laying around like I do. Okay, none of my guns are visible. If I have company or something, you don't see my guns. They're all hidden and stashed away. But if you were to be Snoopy, you might find one or two. But anyway, something to note there, because your situation may be completely different than mine, and it's very irresponsible to have a loaded, fully accessible gun to children or stupid adults. So let's just get that out of the way as well. Besides the obvious guns, right? You also have knives. Here's a knife that I keep specifically for self-defense. This one's in one of my bathrooms. This is the K-Bar Fighter, 7-inch blade. Very standard K-Bar. We usually see this one happens to be all black. It's got a Kydex sheath on it. This one is in my back bathroom above my the vanity, the mirror. And in addition to a large knife, which gives you reach and a lot of options, okay, a large sharp blade, I also keep this flashlight up there. Nope, actually not that one. I keep this one up there. Okay, blunt impact tool. Big heavy flashlights like this. Like this. And of course, the old favorite mag lights. All of these can be very effective weapons. Okay, these 3 flashlights are in 3 different rooms. Now, if I were to take you on a tour around my house and show you where these things are, which I'm not going to for obvious reasons, you'll find that every room in my house has multiple options, different layering of defensive options. Okay, I have a gun in 4 rooms of my house. I have a knife in 3 rooms of my house, large knives. They're specifically there, hidden for defense. Okay, I have flashlights in every single room, not just for the defensive purposes, but I don't know where I'm going to be if the power goes out. I want to be able to grab a flashlight quickly. I'm aware of all these things constantly. Besides having actual weapons, I mean, the flashlight's an improvised weapon. It's not made to be a weapon. It's made to be a flashlight, and extremely functional as that. But there's other things you can use as weapons too. Something to think about is that something doesn't have to look like a weapon to actually be a weapon. Okay, one of the biggest, most effective weapons that anyone can have legally, should be obvious, but it's not talked about much, that's a good old baseball bat. A baseball bat is a very effective weapon, and it's completely harmless looking. Why would you have this? Well, maybe you play baseball. A lot of people keep these, whether you're into guns or not, a lot of people keep these in their closets, just right when you open the door in the closet. They got them like this, so you can just grab it real quick in the middle of the night. You hear a noise, you end up investigating with the baseball bat. They're great for women who maybe are afraid of guns, women most of the time being of smaller stature, and they have a disadvantage against a male attacker physically. So having some kind of a weapon or impact weapon would certainly be a nice advantage to kind of even the playing field a little bit. A lot of people don't like a baseball bat for home defense because they say, hey, well, look at all the reach you have here, but you're not outside. You got to hit your walls, you got to bump into your furniture and stuff. Very true, but you can improvise. This is already an improvised weapon. Why wouldn't you be able to improvise more? You can hold it more towards the center here. You can do short little strokes. I'm telling you, you don't need a full-on swing into someone's head and killing them instantly to be effective. You can use this to obviously push them off you if you need to. You can use them for arm locks if you know a little bit about martial arts. You can use, if I were to choke up even this much and just go like that in someone's forehead, or their temple, their neck, they would not have a good time. There's no real wrong way to use this. You hit someone as hard as you can in very vital areas. But poking, kind of pushing people off of you, prying, using this to kind of maybe crush bones. And it sounds kind of gruesome, but it can be extremely effective, and it's completely improvised, okay? But still, you look at it and think, yeah, maybe that's a weapon. Same thing as like a hammer. A hammer, obviously not made as a weapon, made as a tool, hammer nails. But if you were to hold a hammer and seem aggressive, you would obviously, it's kind of like a go-to improvised weapon. Screwdrivers. Screwdrivers are very good weapons. Obviously, they don't slash or anything, but you could stab very easily. A lot of screwdrivers have a very acute tip on them, whether it's a flathead that's kind of sharp or a fine Phillips head or something. Great for penetration. Easily will penetrate skin. Something you may not think of is bottles. I happen to have a little bar area with some liquor in it, and I got my cigars on top there. And this is my favorite single malt scotch. It's a Highland Scotch, Glenmorangie. This is a 10-year-old single malt. Wonderful. Highly recommended. I could do a video on this right now. But this is on that table along with a bottle of Ardbeg. And I can tell you I don't like Ardbeg. I don't like peated whiskeys, in case you know anything about whiskeys. But a bottle makes a great improvised weapon. Obviously grabbing like this, turning it upside down, and hitting people with it. Okay, first of all, it's very heavy, it's very dense. What could happen? Maybe you'll break open. What's that mean? You don't have a heavy bottle anymore, but you got jagged glass you can use. It's a win-win, okay? So, an improvised weapon, glass bottles, filled with anything. Could be a glass bottle of soda or something. Bigger and the heavier they are, the better. And they're completely innocent. You're not going to walk through the house. If you're walking through my house and you happen to see this somewhere, you go, oh my God, it's a gun. It's a gun. Oh. Or you happen to come across a knife, you go, oh, it's a knife. You come across a flashlight, your oh my God is kind of getting less and less. Like, oh, it's a flashlight. Suppose that would hurt if you hit someone with it, right? By the time you get down to the bottle, you go, it's a bottle. I'll pour a shot. I'll have a little dram. You wouldn't shoot this. It's good stuff. But yeah, that's not what your mindset is that those are weapons. This is a weapon to people. Okay, the knives are weapons. Baseball bat, not so much. Put it in the closet. Put a soccer ball next to it. Even less threatening. Okay, because then it's a whole sports thing going on. Or a little baseball glove or something. Right when you walk in my door, if you ever happen to stop over and say, hey, I have a walking stick. I have like an umbrella holder there. It's actually pretty cool. But keep an umbrella in there, and I keep this walking stick in there. Got this at a fair. It's basically just a nice, hard piece of wood. It's actually river birch, and it was formed into a walking stick. This is pretty long. It's about 4 feet. Little rubber thing on the end, which is great for actually using it as a walking stick. But this can create distance. I can smack people in the face with this. It wouldn't feel very good. It's not going to kill anyone. It's not even going to hurt them substantially. But something like this, as opposed to the baseball bat, gives me a lot of reach, okay, a lot of distance. I can literally push someone away with it, all right, without it breaking very easily. Stuff like that. I mean, anything can be an improvised weapon. Sounds really, really stupid, but hot sauce. A really, really hot bottle of hot sauce. You keep that in your kitchen. Keep it accessible somewhere. Something maybe is too hot that you normally would eat, but let's say you're cooking in the kitchen. Someone breaks in your house, or someone's posing a threat. Who knows? Maybe it could be someone who's over your house who's completely belligerently drunk, and just now they're starting like a fist fight in your house with someone. Pour a handful of that hot sauce and rub it in their face. I'm telling you, it sounds stupid, but it would be very effective. They would drop to their knees and cry like a baby. Stuff you don't normally think of. Anything can be improvised. You can use pretty much anything as a weapon. You're not going to grab a piece of paper and give people paper cuts, but use some logic and some common sense. If your girlfriend or wife is very into candles, you got these big heavy pillar candles. You hit someone in the face with that, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt pretty badly. Look, you don't have to go out and buy all these guns and knives and stuff like that. Look around your house right now. Okay, this is what's so cool about this little exercise. Doesn't matter who you are, where you live. Look around your house. See what you have that can be used as a weapon. You got a fireplace. You probably have a fireplace rod. A little poking rod thing. That's a fantastic weapon. You have a little statue somewhere. Well, I shouldn't say little, but you got a substantial heavy metal. Anything heavy, big, metal, long. Something you can grab a hold of and swing with, poke people with. Things that are pointy, sharp. They don't have to specifically be dedicated weapons. You can defend yourself very efficiently with lots of things, even hot sauce. I like options. Every room in my house has lethal defense options and non-lethal options, depending on the situation. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know what feel I'm going to have. Maybe someone breaks into my house and I'm just right next to something. Maybe my gun is 3 feet away and right next to me is something like this bottle. Maybe my instinct is just to grab the bottle. Or as I'm going for the gun, maybe they catch me. We're like a little, a scruffle of sorts. You have to really just be conscious of your surroundings. All right, that's all. You don't have to plant weapons everywhere like I do. I'm weird, but I like to feel like that's just being prepared, not paranoid. Something else to consider is where you are. A lot of people will definitely have a firearm in the house if you're able to. Think about where that firearm is. Is it in your bedroom? Is it underneath your bed? Is it in a dresser drawer next to your bed? What happens if you're in the kitchen on the other side of your house? What happens if you're upstairs in the bedrooms or something? You have to understand that you could be anywhere at any time. And I've talked to this before, particularly the bathroom. You're extremely exposed in the bathroom and I don't know, you're vulnerable is the key word here. And what do we do in the bathroom? Nothing that we're really ready for a fight. Either we're naked, washing our armpits in the shower, we got soap in our eyes, we're slippery. Maybe you're just in there, pinching one off. You don't know when someone's going to break in the house and just want to attack you or take your stuff or pose a threat. So the bathroom is usually an overlooked place. You might have a gun in your bedroom, and that's all great and dandy, but if you're squatting on the bowl and someone breaks in the front door, what are you going to do? The big question is, do you wipe? It depends on what the situation is. I don't know. Visualize that situation. So you might be a little prepared. In that case, you should probably, at least, if you're not going to have a gun in your house, at least have like a little towel or something on the wall. So just as you're getting up to, right out the door, just give just a quick swipe, just as a courtesy. But just think. That's all. Think outside the box. Think of different scenarios, like realistic scenarios too. Don't plan for 15 crackheads busting down your door looking like SWAT guys either. All right? Don't over prepare. And please be very conscious of your specific situation. Do not be dangerous if you have kids, obviously, and maybe immature people in your house. Be safe. You have to protect yourself too, because the chances of something bad happening is always going to be a lot less than nothing happening at all. And you don't want to, say, fill your apartment or house or dwelling with weapons everywhere, and people get hurt with those weapons on accident. Okay, so just be aware and conscious of what the deal is there. But anyway, that's all. Video responses are always welcome. I love to hear some other ideas. Like I said, something like the bottle, or using a flashlight is thinking a little bit more outside the box as opposed to dedicated weapons. So if you got an idea, something that most people have in their household that may be a very effective weapon, I'd like to hear it. Besides that, obviously, I didn't talk about it in this video, but you guys know I do. Big fan of the Inferno pepper spray. You can see I keep my canister at any time I'm at my computer's right there. I always keep a canister here. So if I have an immediate threat, like boom, right here, I can't get to the gun necessarily. It's an arm's reach away. I can grab it and I can at least slow the attack or the threat until I can get to something more lethal if it's even necessary. So having pepper spray in every room of your house, I think, is the least you can do, because let's say even a kid gets into it. Worst case scenario, you keep pepper spray in every room of your house, hidden behind a picture frame, hidden, in it. You could shove it in the couch, who knows, whatever. Hidden all over. Worst case scenario, little kid gets it, accidentally sprays himself in the face. They're gonna scream, they're gonna cry, they're gonna be hurt, but they're not gonna have any damage to them at all. They'll get over it. You hide a gun, and you're not very safe with it. We all know how that can end. Even something like a knife can be a lot more dangerous. So if you're in a household where either yourself, or in a lot of cases maybe your spouse, maybe your girlfriend or your wife, is just completely against guns, completely against knives, oh my God, Junior, what if they find it? Pepper spray. I think that's a fantastic option for a lot of you guys out there. Pepper spray. It's not lethal. It's not even harmful. The worst thing that can happen is if you got your grandmother living with you or something, she might have a heart attack if she gets sprayed in the eyes. But in reality, that's the only thing that's going to hurt you long term, is if you have some kind of a panic attack or heart attack that's induced by the panic of being sprayed with pepper spray. Physical damage, nothing. You completely recover from it. It's not going to hurt you at all like that, at least long term. So yeah, just some things to think about. If you have any more ideas, like I said, feel free to make video responses or post in the comments. So That's all. Also, a shout out to SupaFlyFatGuy859. He's a cool dude, and I appreciate him always hanging around and watching the videos, as do a lot of you guys. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe learned a thing or two. Maybe got some ideas for the house. At least pepper spray. It's good stuff. Not very affordable. not very expensive is what I was going to say. Another thing to keep in mind too is they do have a date. I would say, generally speaking, if you're buying cheap pepper spray, don't buy good stuff. But if you are buying cheap stuff, I would replace it every 6 months. If you're buying some good quality pepper spray every year, I would replace it just to make sure that the aerosol in it is good and you're not going to have any problems. You don't want to have something for 16 years and then someone breaks in your house and you go, oh, my pepper spray, finally. And then you go squeeze and goes, and just kind of oozes out on your finger. No. So just make sure you keep on the up and up with that. They are all affordable out there. I mean, the most expensive pepper spray I've ever seen ever, military grade, was like $100 for a canister, and you're not going to need that. Most of the ones out there, Fox is great. Obviously, the Cold Steel Inferno, I think, is one of the best, not just because of the the ingredients in it. The addition of that black pepper that makes you induce the feeling. Anyway, I did a whole review on that, but just any pepper spray is fine. If you gotta get cheap stuff, that's cool too. And like I said, if you just get a bottle of hot sauce, it's not as effective. But if you get a big old bottle of hot sauce and keep it in your your kitchen at all times, don't leave the plastic on it. Have that cap ready to go. Worst case scenario, someone puts it on their food in accident, and you laugh for a little bit, and then they get panicky, and they say everything's gonna be cool, and then it goes away, and they go, oh my God, why'd you do that? That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario is maybe someone breaks in, and who knows what, it could be anything at all. But anyway, that's it. I think I've talked you to death by now. So if you're still sticking around, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Take care.